か。せーの。My cabbages! Low, low, man. Oh, my cabbages!
しっかり足を踏み出して、体重を移動しながら腰をひねり、肩に力を伝えて、
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Good evening, everybody. It's your boy, Andrew Esquire, and this is the legal mindset we teach you to be your own judge. Today, we're getting into the Somali social media meltdown, the blackout, the destruction of some of his social media presence, which is always a very interesting and perhaps good thing to hear. And then we're going to get into a little bit of video that is live now. It's actually the creator is still live right now on what I believe is a Somali type copycat here in Thailand. He's actually streaming right now in Bangkok, Thailand, the same city I'm in right now. Causing a nuisance, and he had an incident at a 7-Eleven, which it's very interesting. A lot of the situations that end up causing problems, they start at convenience stores, particularly 7-Eleven. If you remember with Johnny Somali, his first criminal charge, that obstruction charge, came from what he did at 7-Eleven and his obstructive and ignorant behavior at a 7-Eleven. And we have some pretty indignant behavior here at a 7-Eleven as well. And I'm going to be doing this in a full commentary version on the stream, and I will have a fast facts, which is the abbreviated version and has the video pretty much played all the way with one time skip without much commentary. So if you want a pretty much commentary free version that has the commentary kind of at the beginning and the end, so you can kind of just watch the video through, you can catch the fast facts, which you will see if you just chill and wait to the end of this video, and you're going to get redirected to the fast facts. So you've got it no matter what. So we're going to have all sorts of fun today talking about that. Once again, I'm committed to stopping nuisance streaming across the world in every country, but particularly in East and Southeast Asia where I live. So we're going to get into that today. But let's start with the super chats because we've got a lot. First of all, we've got Cat Weasel Gaming with the big 50 illegal mindset memberships. Hell yeah.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
Please say thank you. Vielen Dank. Kopkun Kop to Cat Weasel Gaming for dropping a big 50. Thanks for the support of the channel, and thanks for everybody who supports the channel and my coverage, particularly my coverage against nuisance streamers. Thank you so much for that. K for 10 says first, always supporting. Thank you for that first super chat. Big love for K. I love you, even though we know what Ramsey does when he sees the donations rolling in.
Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Oh hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
He can't handle it, guys. He cannot handle it. Thunder, welcome as a new member. There's the Thunder. Maybe it's from down under. Katayoku, for member for 2 months, says, you may be late, Mindset, but we still love you. I still love you guys. I almost made it today. If it wasn't for that silly locals post I was trying to make, I would have made it. I was so close. Iran for 50 Swedish krona says the like button is the needle to this Johnny Somali voodoo doll. That's right. Smash the like button because Johnny and Hank have already put 2 dislikes on the video. So we got to counter that with hundreds and hundreds of likes to drown out those 2 dislikes of Johnny Somali and Hank. Kenneth Kim for 199 says another day, another Johnny Somali. Octera says y'all enjoying the stream? Karl Heinz Grabowski for 5 euro Says Grüß Gott, danke. I hope you had an amazing white sun weekend. I was wondering if RKI had been put on a leash by Hank, who is funding his expats. I think it's fear, and we're going to get into that. I think there is fear creeping in the Somali camp. He realizes these consequences are severe, and he is starting to realize that what he is saying is being used against him and is being used to fuel the news cycle. But this is the thing about Somali. He has no ability to stay silent for an extended period of time. He can do it for 1 month, maybe 2, but he gets the itch. He gets that itch. And he's just got to do content. He's just got to get down and create again. So I guarantee you, around about the time of the next trial, around about August, he's going to get that itch. He's going to get that itch again. And he just can't help himself. He just can't help making himself, get back on the internet, try to do something stupid, try another stunt like the hood stunt, all that sort of stuff. He's going to do something else, guys. He cannot help himself. He's addicted. He's admitted it. He's addicted to it. He's an addict to the clout and even the bad attention. So we're going to see a lot from him in the future. But I do think that Hank has said, hey, look, I'm not funding certain things because frankly, I don't think Hank's got the money and I don't think Hank is being given the money to fund him the way he used to fund him. So I think the sugar daddy fund has been cut back. Stephanie Lerma says, when will Hank realize he's being used? I think he's in it. So everybody who's close to Hank knows, don't expect Hank to turn on him right away. I think the real heel turn will be after Johnny gets sentenced. If Johnny gets jail time, which is presumptively, he's going to get presumptively, the assumption is he's going to get some time behind bars. I think that's when Hank realizes, oh, shoot, my gig's up. Now, the only attention Hank can get is if he turns on Johnny, and I think he will turn on Johnny. And frankly, Johnny will abandon Hank. And when Johnny eventually, after he serves his time, goes back to the U.S., and Hank's left all alone, the only way for Hank to get attention is to turn on Johnny. And Hank is not a particularly loyal person. He'll say whatever, whenever. He's easily influenced. So I think Hank will be swayed soon enough. Morning Sin, as a new member, welcome. Neko Girl 862 for 5 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Dropping the big.
Emotional cabbage.
Bullet in my beard says, Beste Gruß aus Deutschland. Hello, Frankfurt. Yeah, I love Frankfurt. Frankfurt's a good time. I assume you might mean Frankfurt am Main, not am Oder, right? So there's 2 Frankfurts. Some people don't know that. But almost everyone means Frankfurt am Main. But hope you're doing well up there. Hope things are going great in Germany. Lovely place. A lot of family there. I had a wedding I attended about 6-8 months ago, and it was a lovely part of the countryside. Very beautiful. A little south of Munster. Great place. Big Buddhist for 5 says, someone needs to use AI and make RKI voodoo doll now. I would, but I'm bad at prompts. We have a lot of good AI artists. By the way, Angel Chase, I got your stuff and the memes that were sent. I've got all of them. I'm not going through all of them today, but I do appreciate all the memes that everybody sent. Thank you. Martin Lucas for 180, I think it's Hungarian, says going from living with Hank in a tiny apartment to a prison cell won't be much of a downgrade for Johnny. No, in fact, he might not. In a way, he might be abused less in the prison cell than in the apartment with Hank. Hezekat for 10 says, hello, I just wanted to thank you all for the free membership. Gruß aus Österreich. Oh, ich stehe Österreich. Thank you. Good. Glad you're doing well and hope everything's good there in Austria, wherever you are, whether you're in Vienna or Salzburg or Graz, wherever. Hope you enjoy it. Hexorcist for 5 says, did you see where Somali saying he was going to rent a boat to escape? I've covered that. It is physically impossible. Number one, he wouldn't escape the bay. The tides near Incheon are insane. He doesn't know. He's not a professional mariner, and he has no idea or capability to go out. He'd be intercepted by the Coast Guard, and even if he got past that, he'd be shot down by the North Koreans because they patrol the international waters around there. And beyond that, where's he going to go? China? Yeah, they'd probably sink him too. There's nowhere for him to go. He can't go to Japan. He's not going to. He wouldn't make it. Once again, Somali would not survive. And he's got that travel ban, so he's really not going anywhere. Richard Fowler says, I'm pretty sure Hank is the mole of the team. I'm not saying anything. Okay, I'm not saying anything. Dartor Land says, rapping Johnny Somali, what are you going to do? What are you going to do when the law hunts you? Cabbage boy can't hide the truth. What are you going to do when legal mindset comes for you? When legal mindset comes for you. The Bad Boys theme dropping it in there. I love it. I love it. I gotta have a beat to actually rap, but I do appreciate that. Dart Torlin dropping some great tracks. Once again, check out his channel. We played that on my members only stream, but Dart Torlin is a small creator on YouTube who had some really amazing tracks about Johnny Somali. The one I played on the member stream was absolutely fire. We had a member stream yesterday, by the way. Hope you check that guys out, guys. If you're a member, catch the replay. But he's had some absolutely great tracks, diss tracks on Johnny Somali. My personal favorite, I've got a lot of favorites here. But the one I played was Count It Out. I like that one, in Persona Clout. Those are really great. But he's got a lot of great diss tracks, better than Johnny Somali could ever rap. I'm going to show his channel right here. Better than Johnny Somali could ever rap. And the great thing I like about is he mentions a lot of the charges in this. So he goes through like the charges and he puts those in the diss track. So big shout out to Dart Torlin, really cool creator. Check that out. He's got my reaction here to that. Deserves way more than 63 subscribers. Like, let's drop some love, drop some good stuff on that, because I do love good content creators in the genre. I think it's amazing. And I think, you know, all of it is just clowning on Johnny Somali as he deserves to be clowned on. Robert Von Beek drops 20 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much for that.
Emotional damage.
Thank you. Nessie as a new member, welcome. Gabe Salgado said for Ochan says 5,001. Says Greta Thunberg could teach Johnny a thing or two about international water. So, oops. Oh no, Greta. Jean H. Kruger for 10 euros says, despite our thirst for Somali drama, way more interesting would be who the world will adjust to deal with the situation in the long run. P.S. Respect the main odor knowledge. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I know a lot about geography. I know a lot about the world. I have traveled a lot. I've been to, especially Europe, a ton. So cool stuff. Thank you, Jan. And I think the world is going to have to adapt to it. And I think there's going to be multiple ways to adapt. Obviously, one of the ways is legal, but another one is cultural. How do we deal with these people? And I think shaming them is another one. And I think also allowing people to take action against them is another. You know, if someone shoves a camera in my face without my consent, you know, if I go and break that camera, maybe I shouldn't be liable for breaking that camera that they shoved in my face. I don't know. You know, just saying. Asian Dragon for $4.99 says, what will happen if Hank does not know and he will wait for him? What is it? What is this? Like, he's like the Hachiko, like the dog that was waiting for his deceased master in Japan. Hank is not Hachiko. He's not that loyal, right? First of all, it's an insult to Hachiko. But he is not going to wait for Johnny. Trust me. He is going to move on real quick. Real quick. Marcin Wazak says, don't say that. It's his true love. He will wait. Why are you guys thinking he's going to wait? Why do you guys think he's going to wait? I don't think he's going to wait for him. I really don't. Hanky. No. I don't think he's waiting for him, guys. I really don't. Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat. Because you guys are apparently are disagreeing with me here. Will Hank wait for Somali and be loyal? Yes or no? There's a yes or no question. Is Hank going to wait for Somali and remain loyal? Can someone create a meme? Can someone please use it? I don't care what. Please create a meme of Hank on the face of a Shiba. I think that'll be a good one. If we can get Hank on the face of a Shiba. Oh man, true love waits. Yeah. 75% of you say no. 25% say yes. 25% believe that the love is real. That it's the Korea Titanic story. I didn't know this was going to go that direction. Bookwormy, welcome as a new member. Robert Von Beek says, Swati Andrew, 3 months member. Yeah, awesome. Rank hater forever. Yes, Ranky Poo is definitely getting some hate. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Kupun Kap. Okay, here we go. Fitty Tucker. What's up, brother? What's up, Fitty Tucker? Big support of the channel. Says Florida man power equals making at least 2 butt cheeks from remotely clenched from fear via stream. That's the superpower of the Florida man, Fitty Tucker. You know this. You know this. When people hear Florida man, they fear him. And that's why nothing they do can intimidate me. I am a Florida man. Listen, I've dealt with gators. I've dealt with hurricanes. I've dealt with meth gators. I've dealt with bath salts. I've seen some. I gotta find. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put another 20 bot in the swear jar. I've seen some shit, and Johnny and Hanky Ranky Poo does not scare me. They do not scare me. No Florida man is intimidated by Ranky Poo. No true Florida man. Yeah, meth gators. Oh, you guys don't know about the meth gators? Oh, you guys don't know about that. It's like the cocaine bear, but instead of a cocaine bear, it's a meth gator, right? You can't mess with them. Okay, and I see Kitty say they ain't shit. Yeah, I love people talk tough. You talk tough till I put a meth gator in front of you, and then we'll see what happens. Razorwire Pearson says Hank's love will wait till a new femboy walks by. I think he may already be dipping in that already. I think there's a guy that is in the wing, and Hank doesn't want to show him. And then there was a moment on the stream where Johnny asked Hank to talk about it, and Hank didn't want to talk about it. So I think there's already another guy in the picture. Ribs McGee 1 says RKI goes to prison as Johnny Somali, gets out of prison as Johnny Somali. Super Christian Me World. So any news from Somali apart from the blackout? The blackout is the biggest news on Johnny. We're going to have other updates this week, particularly when we drop our bombshell. Not yet. Be patient, but you'll have some news from us this week. Voiger says the Hank who can't be moved. Repton says hell no to the no. Yeah, he is. I'm with the no. I don't think he's going to be loyal. Gary Lee says Ramsey hearts ladyboys. Hank hearts chocolate femboys. But there could be another one for him. Proxy 4818 for 50 says, dear Johnny, hey Johnny, here's 50 that you're not going to get. Feel free to cope and seethe. And we have to play it. We have to play it because the coping is happening right now.
You are coping and seething. You just can't believe what you're seeing. It's you coping and seething. The truth it is all day, and now you are more than you.
So much cope right now from the Johnny camp. They hate when we get donations here. Monchi for 5 says, were you delayed because Somali toddler crew saw them flinging cabbages to my window? I would like them to try because I am very high and my building is very high. As I mentioned in the Bangkok earthquake video, they would not be able to physically fling anything at my window. I am way far removed from the point at which they could fling something at me. So I think I'm not too worried about them. Mr. Melancholy gifted 1 Legal Mindset membership. Michael Schmidt says, Grüß aus Deutschland und frohe Pfingsten. Okay, well, thank you very much. Pfingsten. That's one I have to translate. That's one I have to translate. Oh, Pentecost. Yes. Thank you. Okay. That actually gets the Vitsun reference as well. Now I got it. Thank you, guys. Happy holidays, guys. Happy Pentecost. Appreciate that. Yeah. And obviously, for those that don't know, that's the holiday celebrating the arrival of the Holy Spirit. I do know this. Despite me failing the Bible trivia, talking about the book of Hebrews before, I'm going to redeem myself with knowing about the Holy Spirit. Yes, I do know about that. So appreciate that. Shout out to everybody out there, and shout out to everybody, no matter whether you're Christian, whatever, Jewish, Muslim, non-religious, whatever, Buddhist. Love you guys all. Appreciate you guys being here, and glad we can unite around our distaste of Johnny Somali. Marzen Cotwell says the only loyalty Hank has is to self. RK has cooked. I do believe he is cooked. All right, let's get into the media blackout. Let's do it, Rez. All right, so the first thing I reported, this is something I reported yesterday, is that Johnny, and this is courtesy of Johnny Somali, so thank you for that, Johnny Somali, for the post. Johnny's Instagram has been nuked. So the Instagram is gone. Sorry, his page is not available. The link you follow may be broken, or the page may have been removed. So we've got his Instagram down. That is absolutely excellent news, because all of his all of his social media is a vehicle for him to potentially get attention, money, monetization. So I'm happy when all of it goes away. Now, that said, he wasn't making much money or attention or getting much from this platform at all. Many people have Instagrams that are quite big and they actually don't generate any money at all because they're not monetizing it in the right way. But it's better to see it go down. It's better to see this go down. Now, will we see him try to pop another one up, do something else? Maybe, probably. But seeing an Instagram down, very, very, very good news. So that was number one. That was the first piece that went down in the social media blackout. The next one is his account on X. His account on X just went to protected. So because he knows that his information on X, that is formerly Twitter, now X, right? Because he knows we're looking at that, we're watching that, he went to protected mode. He went into hiding. He went into blackout. He is big scared because he knows every little thing he does is being watched and used, and he's trying to protect that. Maybe also protect it from law enforcement, which might be looking at some of it, or the prosecutors. The problem is everything we need from Instagram, everything we need from Twitter, everything we need from X, Twitter, whatever, we've already got it. We've already downloaded everything. And we're going to see this with many other cases. We've already got the proof we need. Johnny Somali cannot hide it. If he goes live or he posts it or sends it, it's done. And we even see this with, famous people, even Elon himself. Elon can make a post and delete it, but the internet has that post. So Johnny Somali is kind of not realizing that his bad clout, this bad attention he courted on himself, allows pretty much everything he does to be tracked. And because of that, he's going to get called out on every little detail. He has people logging him, as we say, logging him, following his every move. So everything he's done. In fact, I just found a little treasure trove of old videos, some of which may be unreleased, which I'm going through from his time in Japan. So we may have a chance to review that on a future video if there's something juicy or interesting. Because Johnny definitely needs to have his whole criminal journey scrutinized, because it goes to show how severe it is. It goes to show the problems of his criminal misgivings, rather. Okay, let's get to this here. Taco World says the trial keeps getting delayed and the long Hank has to pay for Johnny. It's really going to be Brokeback Mountain when they run out of money. Yeah, it's going to be really weird. It's going to be really, really weird when they run out of money. And what they're going to do. What are they going to do? But I think mommy is going to give him enough money to stay alive, but maybe not much more than that. Mr. Melancholy says Hanky Poo and Ramsey having a lover's quarrel. I don't think so. I think that I know that it's a little bit of a lull in the coverage, and I know that some channels are trying to create a narrative. I don't really do that. I deal with facts, not speculation or narratives. I don't think they're going to, have a total fallout. I could be wrong, but they might be having arguments, which is what naturally happens when you live with someone over a long period of time, particularly if that person is a bum, and particularly if that person never pays people back, which is what people are highlighting, that Johnny Somali has repeatedly bailed on paying people, which, is going to happen with Hank. Any money that Hank has promised, he is not getting. He is not getting. Let's see here. Showrail says thing legal mindset fears insanity plea and the swear jar. By the way, you cursed twice. Century of the swear jar keeps track. Okay. All right. We got two swear jars here. Okay. Let me mark that in my swear jar reminder here. Okay. We got two. Thank you. I've got to get like a swear jar cam and like put it over here and like get it right on camera. That'll be great. Hagfish WS says Hank Tua is so gullible. He's still loyal to RKI. He really is low IQ. That's the problem. Revan's Disciple says, money idea for Hank. Rent out RKI as a human pinata. That would be funny. John Baker for 2 says, if Hank is offered a plea, he will sing. Oh, if Hank was offered, I think, a substantial amount of money, he would sing. I think if someone offered Hank like 10K or 5K to like turn on Johnny Somali, I think he might. Now, the thing is, the problem is with that is that Hank might try to pull a fast one. And with anything with Hank, he and Johnny, they might try to have a scam where they, They take the money, they say something, and then after they get the money, they recant it. They said, oh no, I lied. I made that all up. Yeah, I was just doing it for the money to trick you. And it was all a lie. Right. So that's the problem with that. But I think eventually Hank will talk, and you can get him to do it for free by putting him in a certain position. Like, Johnny does sometimes. Frank, frame rate for 25 Polish zloty says, but because his Insta and X is down, he won't be snitching on himself anymore. So there's less chances to get more charges. No, but listen, he still has the ability to stream, and there's still platforms he can stream on. He hasn't lost his Rumble, for example, so he can still stream there. And that would be more than enough for us to get, no matter what no matter what platform he's on, whether it's Rumble or Party, right? If he streams on any of these, we got him. Hailstorm says, what happens to RKI if Hank gets enlisted? That would be bad for him. Now maybe Hanky Poo would let him stay in his apartment. I don't know, but it's possible that he could kick him out, and that would be fun too. I want to say also a special shout out to everybody over there on Locals. What's up to Dehan, JP Ravenfire, Danielle. Good to see you there. Also shout out to everybody who attended the member stream the other day. That was really cool, really fun. It seems like we need to have another public anime episode, because I got asked so many anime questions. So we'll probably do that, a chill anime stream in the future. Before we move on, I will also say thank you to everybody who supported me on Ko-Fi, everybody who is supporting the Somali conviction team. We're 95% of the goal. So thank you, everybody who supported me over there on Ko-Fi. I appreciate all you. I love all you guys. I couldn't do my coverage without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get into our second segment. Oh, by the way, Taco World for $7.99 Australia says, is it just glitching for anyone else, or is it just my end? Just you, buddy. Just you. Might be the internet down under, mate. My Aussie accent's bad, but I do love the Aussie accent. Dan for £19.99 says, we need merch like Emotional Cabbage TV shirt and plushie. I need to get on that. Okay, I am sure. That's my fault. That's my fault. Every time I hear that, and I know I haven't done it, I
No. Wait.
Didn't make that happen. Sergeant E5 says, Hank Tua and Somali Tamale, spit on that thing. He gonna need it. Super Christian Me World says, you don't need a swear jar, you just swear keg. It gets pretty bad sometimes. Now it is going to get pretty bad with this next video. So this next video is something that offended me because it's in Thailand, and it was particularly annoying and offensive, but also it involved a 7-Eleven. And as I've said, a lot of these events, a lot of these problems, they seem to start at 7-Elevens. And I am going to have a fast facts version coming out of this. So once again, you can stick around and get that and get a version without commentary. But this is involving, once again, this Korean streamer or Korean American streamer, Baby Hayes 69. So this guy, this lovable guy here. And once again, I'm not going to comment on his appearance, although, I think there's something to be said about the slovenly nature of these nuisance streamers. They are not well kept together people that maintain themselves well. But this guy, we covered this guy the other day because this guy was in Bangkok and he got kicked out of a bar. He got kicked out of a bar for being rude about a 120 baht beer. He was yelling and screaming at the staff of a bar because the Chang, which is a Thai beer for those who don't know, was 120 baht, which is a totally normal price for a bar, right? You're at a bar, right? And it was a bar in a certain area that, of course, there's going to be a little bit of upcharge, and it's it's $3, less than $3, right? And he's bitching and screaming and yelling about a $3 beer. He got kicked out of that bar. He was extremely rude, yelling, obstructive, tossed out. Now today, he had an incident in a 7-Eleven, and once again, as I see with a lot of nuisance streamers, he commits a lot of issues. Number one, he harasses a chick, which you're going to see in here, and partially the harassing of the chick is what kind of screwed things up. in the first place. He films people without their consent. He fails to listen to staff when they tell him, do not film, stop filming, stop taking video. He doesn't do it repeatedly. And he yells and screams and has a temper tantrum about a single bottle of soju, right? Because apparently he was charged extra for an additional bottle of soju. I think they may have accidentally charged him for 5 instead of 4, whatever, right? And a bottle of soju is like $1. It's like nothing, right? $1. So he's flipping out, screaming, yelling about this, throwing a huge temper tantrum, even though the charge was canceled already, even though the charge was removed. So we're going to watch this video. Once again, I'm always looking out for other Somali copycats and to kind of nip this in the bud. But yeah, let's get some of these chats beforehand, though. All Mal gifted for 1. Thank you. Tara Sargay says, what is this guy? Chonk you? He is definitely, this guy, if you compare him to Hank, that's not far off. That's not far off. He's Hank plus like 50 pounds. Gary Lee says the 7-Eleven streamer didn't get a dirt nap yet. He is live right now. So what I'm going to show you is live from his stream right now, where he is still live in Bangkok. So this is not like, people don't know about this yet. This is breaking news you're getting on Legal Mindset. Sergeant E5 says Hank needs to ditch Ramsey because the squeeze ain't worth the juice. I agree. I don't think it's worth the juice. By the way, 78% of you think that Hank is not going to be loyal. So there we go. All right. I'm going to stick myself in the corner here. And we're going to watch this incident here and watch this play out. So let's watch this. Once again, this was happening today in Bangkok. Let's watch this.
Can you carry this one? And then this one. We're gonna get like 4, bro.
So these guys are in a 7-Eleven in Bangkok getting soju, right? Once again, it all starts with people getting soju and causing a problem.
We're gonna get like 4, bro. Let's go. Let's fucking get it.
Okay, guys. Hold on. Come on now. John Baker says Hank says it's not okay to date younger girls, but doesn't stop Somali from trolling kids. If you troll my child, I would go to the ends of the earth. Yeah, if this was, imagine if the people being harassed were your daughter, your sister, your mom, your aunt, whatever, like you would not take that well. Mr. Trellis from North Twillingate says, Mr. Esquire, you appeared in my midday nap yesterday. That's interesting. Well, thank you, I guess. Garrett Griffin for 5 says, and here I thought strange things were afoot only at the Circle K. No. Indeed, 7 is where they happen. They are probably high too. I think that they were smoking at some point. So they do talk about getting high. So listen up.
Let's get the soju in our system, and potentially you get high, man. Hey baby, can I talk to you for a minute? Hold on, give me a minute of your time.
Okay, so real quick. It's clear this girl does not want to talk to this guy. This girl wants nothing to do with this guy. He's repeatedly trying to pester the girl, right? And you're going to see only because she is stuck in line with this dude. Once again, this Korean phone book chin looking dude who's out here harassing her in the line. And once again, filming her face without permission, mind you. Customer in the store. And just trying to get shit from 7-Eleven.
You know what I mean? You what? Yeah. So what's your name? Maya. Nice to meet you. This is Kyle. This is my friend Kyle. Yeah, and then he's my trainer.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
No video. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
So he was told no video. So I want to point out, this is the first time he's told no video. So he's already said no video once. Remember, for obstruction, one of the main keys, and we looked about this in Korea. Once again, I'm not a Thai lawyer, right? So I'm not looking at this from a Thai legal perspective. I'm just looking at problematic things that generally occur in exchanges at convenience stores, right? So general problems here. So, and comparing it to Johnny Somali, right? And what happened in Korea. because of course Thai law and Korean law are different, right? But when you look at causing problems, being told by staff to do something and not doing it is where these things start. Johnny Somali likes to think he got in trouble just for throwing ramen. It wasn't the throwing the ramen alone. It was arguing with the staff and not doing what they say when they tell you to do it. And you proceed to do it, and not only do it, but lie about doing it, which we're going to see going on. So we're going to see, like, we're like a minute in to watching this, and he's been told, stop doing it. Like, chill, don't do it, right? And yes, different countries are different cultures are different. Thailand is super chill. That's why I love living here. Sabai. It's a great country. It's beautiful, great place to be, right? But people taking advantage of that, certainly to me, is absolutely disgusting and reprehensible, and definitely deserves shaming. Absolute. Let's continue here.
No video.
Okay, we'll buy one really quickly and we'll get out.
No video. No photo. Na.
Okay, but you're cock blocking right now.
Okay, so he told him twice, and he's still filming everybody. He's filming tons of people. Once again, not just the girl, but tons of people that did not ask to be filmed.
Yeah. It's turned off. It's turned off.
So there you go. So now after the third time, I wanted to get to that part of the video, and I may skip ahead a little bit here because he stands in line and wobbles around a little bit. But I want to get into that part of the video where it's the third time he's been told, do not film. And it's only then, the third time, that he turns it down. Not off, mind you, because he's still going to, as you're going to see here, he's still going to wave that camera around, and he's still going to be filming people without their permission, for a significant period of time. Let me get some super chats here. Big Buddha says, we do not claim him here at the Stoner Squad HQ. No, I understand. Marshall J. Cooper said, is there a vasectomy fund to contribute to RKI? I don't know, but the Somali conviction team is working real hard to put him in a position where a vasectomy seems like the good option. And Gary Lee says, as a Korean, a 7-Eleven fat pho dirt nap for you. 7-Eleven is not the place to mess around. Yes, he's in Thailand right now. This guy's in Thailand right now, actively. So I'm going to move ahead a little bit to where he starts to flip out. So here's the part where he starts to flip out. And you can see he gets distracted here because he was chasing the girl, right? And he was chasing the girl outside. So he left his card inside. So he's going out. He's filming people.
Damn, she's walking away, bro.
He's trying to chase the girl, right?
Okay, hold on.
He's trying to stalk the girl out and chase her.
Didn't work?
Okay.
It worked?
It's creepy as fuck. Yes, chat. I agree. It's creepy as fuck. So he followed her out. I fast forward a little bit, but he followed her out.
What is this? Just 4 soju.
So now he's arguing, in case you can't hear it, he's arguing about the number of soju. So he's looking at the receipt. Mind you, this guy does not have a job. He's a brokey, right? As we might say, does not have a job. He's a loser. He's been arguing over the prices of everything, like nickel and diming everything here, which once again, that is not the attitude to have. 7-Eleven is not trying to scam you or rip you off. Accidents can happen. That's fine, right? Like, it's not a big deal. As we say in Thailand, Jayen, cool yourself down, right? But he's coming back and going, oh, you marked the stuff wrong. Well, one thing that might have helped was him being in the store. If he cared so much about his bill, instead of stalking a girl out of the store, he would have stayed there and watched the things getting scanned or getting rung up and made sure that everything was done properly, right? Instead of walking out and creeping on a girl, right? Yes, and I know I hit the swear jar there. Shannon Hiranos is very typical for wrong action. No, I wouldn't. You know, I would say most people are respectful. I would say most people are respectful. And speaking as a Farang here, I would say most Farang are respectful. Yes, this is new. This is brand new. Mark, this happened today. This is happening right today, just hours ago in Thailand, like literally 3 or 4 hours ago in Thailand. This is like breaking stuff happening today. Weird stuff. He is a Korean American, so he makes both Americans and Koreans look bad, and really foreigners in total. So let's continue the video here.
Yeah, cancel it and then redo the soju. What is this? Dude, they overcharged my fucking bill, bro.
Fast forward. Yeah, this guy's in Thailand.
Yeah,
Johnny's still in
get my
South
camera. I was trying to go out because you guys can get my order right. So.
Mind you, they're still telling him not to film.
Don't worry about my camera. I'll get my...
So what you can't hear is they're still telling him not to film, and he's still doing it. So this entire time, it's like, hey, don't film, don't film, don't film. Continues to film. Good question. I do think police can confiscate the phone in most jurisdictions. I don't know about Thailand, but I know, for example, in Korea, they have been doing that with Johnny Somali, right? They've been taking his phone. So that's something that has been done in different jurisdictions. I think they should be. And I think if the law doesn't allow them to do it, I think the law should allow them to do it. Frankly, if there's reason to believe they were streaming, I think they should be allowed to do that. I mean, frankly, once again, I have very little sympathy for the nuisance stream. So I'm going to remove this for a second. And fast forward because I don't want to expose too many other people, because here he does like film people, including like this dude's like an angle of this dude's wallet, other stuff like that. You know, this is in other people's faces, and I don't want to show them because once again, they didn't agree to that, right? But I do want to show like a little bit of the temper tantrum meltdown here. Here, let me show this. So hold on, let me get to it here. So he has a temper tantrum meltdown here, and I just want to point out the attitude here, which is completely the wrong attitude to have when you're traveling abroad anywhere, much less coming here to the Kingdom of Thailand. Let me see. I want to find the right spot where he really breaks down, because there's a spot at which he just has a meltdown. I think it's right here, guys. Bear with me one second. Here we go. Okay. So he is having so essentially what happens is, and I'm going to narrate it. He stands at the counter for a second after they canceled it. He goes outside, realizes he doesn't have a receipt, comes back in to get a receipt and try to say, okay, you know, I need some sort of receipt, or I need to take a photo of something. But he's told repeatedly not to film, and continues to film. Let me do this. So, okay, here we go. So we're at the point where he has a temper tantrum meltdown. By the way, Proxy 4818 says, I'm actually curious, since you made your name for yourself in South Korea, are you well known in Thailand by the local people? Not really. Not to the same extent in Korea. I get recognized a lot in Korea. In Thailand, I get recognized often, but not super often. And usually it's by Westerners, or as we say, Farang, right? So I'm kind of known amongst the Farang here, but not amongst the regular Thai people. It's not like I get a random Thai person that runs up to me and is like, legal mindset. But I have had random Farang, random Westerners come up and say, legal mindset. And it's very interesting when that happens. Good question.
I need one proof for cancellation. Can I take a photo? At
Okay,
least?
see guys, my secret is out. My secret is out. My anonymity is blown.
No, 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 no. Wait.
My anonymity is blown. I'm done, boys. I'm done. It's over. It's over.
No, photo of the receipt. You canceled. You got my order wrong, right? So I need the receipt because it's not reflected on my bank account. Do you understand? Yeah, please, sir. I know, but I need to take a photo because
No, take a photo.
I need to take a photo because this is not canceled. You did my credit card wrong,
What
so
a
I need to
baby.
take a photo of that, sir. I'm not taking a photo of you. I need to take a photo of my money that you.
Which is a lie, by the way. So he's lying here, which really bothers me. I'm not taking a photo of you. The entire time he was taking photos, and I don't want to show it because he took so much video of people that he shouldn't have taken video of. So I don't want to show that. But yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Also, I have some breaking news here. Apparently this streamer, and this is an update from the Somali conviction team, which of course the Somali conviction team always on it. Apparently, Baby Hayes went on trial for a sex crime in South Korea. He was acquitted on a technicality, but he went on trial in the first place in Korea, according to the Somali conviction team, which is on it right now. I can reveal that information because he himself has said that on his stream. So no surprise, you have people that are moving around acting like assholes who are, once again, he is not a convicted criminal, but he was charged, right? He went on trial for that crime. So once again, these people are the absolute type of people that you would imagine. Yeah. So just imagine that as you're hearing their breakdown.
You calculate it wrong. Hey, don't be difficult, right? Don't be difficult.
So imagine having the audacity, and I'm going to put this in the swear jar, the fucking audacity to tell the staff not to be difficult. They're not the ones being difficult, right? They're not the ones being difficult. You're being difficult. You're being an asshole, right? You're being a shitbird.
Yeah, but I need to take a photo for my bank. I need to. No, give me the receipt. It's my receipt, bro. Why can't you give me my receipt?
Sneaky Blinder, welcome as a new member. Gary and Lee, are there gangs in Thailand dealing with this? I don't know anything about that, but I mean, always got to be careful, right?
Give it to me, bro. Like, I gotta go. I have schedule, bro. I have to go, bro.
I love how he says, I have a schedule. This loser has nothing to do but hang around all day and get high and drink with his buddy. He has no schedule. Absolutely fucking loser, right? Swear jar counter. We do have to get a swear jar counter on screen.
Where
I'm
is
gonna
it?
have
Where
to
is it?
figure
Did you
out.
throw it
how to do
away
that.
or like? It's not canceled, bro.
Yeah, this is fair from a tie. Fair enough.
Okay, I need the. Let me take a photo of the receipt because I need to do my bank too. You need a proof for yourself, but I need the receipt for my proof too. It's my money. It's not your money. Show me the receipt. Show me. Why am I unable to? Why? Okay, so it was your mistake too.
So he keeps reminding this guy, it's your mistake. Like it's a minor thing. Like if he rang up one thing wrong, okay, that's fine. But there's no need to keep doing that and keep being an asshole about it and keep trying to make them feel, shame. He got a receipt for the payment. And by the way, he's so concerned about a receipt. He's so concerned about a receipt because, one was canceled. His first order was canceled. There was a new one, right? You're so concerned about that. Those are almost never used in disputes anyways. A dispute rarely ever requires that, right? Especially for a $1.50 soju, right? He's talking about something that is like $1 in Thai baht. It's nothing for a soju. Absolutely nothing.
This guy's like a police office or something, bro. I just need my receipt. You know what I mean? Like he got it wrong. Let me take a photo. I want to go. Well, he's like taking like a process, bro. What is this, bro? Jesus Christ. Nah, I lost my job today. I lost my job. I gotta keep.
There's no. Are you, who in the chat? Who in the chat is surprised this loser and this asshole lost his job? Who out there is surprised this guy lost his job? I am not at all surprised that this trash bag lost his job. Not at all. Not at all. Robert Von Beek says, swear jar. About how many cents are we talking? The swear jar is getting into the hundreds at this point. Mario Trujillo says, Somali effed around and is finding out. F him. Thank you. And I agree. Big Buddhist is the reason it's called clout and content. Yeah. And not all clout is good clout. Not all clout is good clout.
Track of my finances, bro.
If he even had a job.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need it, bro. But what is this?
That's true. He is not a Thai citizen. He is not a Thai citizen. He does not have a work visa. He's here on a tourist visa for 100%. He is not here on any sort of visa, I guarantee you. So yeah, he's just streaming. And this is a big question. This is a big question because a lot of people are out here streaming and making money and they're not on work visas. They don't have any work authorization. Very, very fair point.
Dude, like, what's wrong with those?
ไม่ค่ะเขาแค่ขอถ่ายรูปแล้วทีนี้เขาถ่ายวิดีโอในร้านด้วยก่อนที่เขาจะมากินเขาถ่ายวิดีโอในร้าน
Yeah. Let me take a photo. Let me take a photo, bro. No cancellation. This is payment. I need some cancellation. Yeah. Let me take a photo, bro. Jesus Christ.
And he's
What's wrong
still
with
recording.
taking photo, bro?
He's still recording.
Yeah, I haven't even signed, bro. You didn't even fucking let me sign this shit, bro. Like this is my money, bro. You did it wrong. So I need to take a photo of my receipt. You serious, bro?
You don't. Now he's talking about some sort of requirements like signing a receipt. That's not some sort of requirement. Whatever he's saying, you didn't let me sign. That's not something you necessarily have to do. Many times you are not required to sign. So he's making up shit. And he doesn't even know what he's talking about, right? Somebody asked, is English the main language there? No, but pretty much everybody understands like basic. Especially at a 7-Eleven, like I go to my local 7-Eleven and I can speak English if I want. Now I know enough Thai to get through a 7-Eleven interaction, right? But that said, you don't need to. If you go up and you like want a coffee or whatever, or you want a bottle of whiskey behind the counter and you say, I want that whiskey, please. They will understand what you're saying. So there's not a comprehension issue there. It's just him being a dick.
Jesus Christ, man. Fucking crazy with that photo, bro.
And Man Wolf,
I'm not filming.
This
I'm
is hard to
filming
listen.
myself too, bro.
Once again, he lied again. Hold on, let's rewind that for 1 second. He lied again. Let's listen to that.
I'm not filming. I'm just filming myself too, bro.
That's that. By the way, that's like the 10th time he lies about filming and continues to film.
Yeah, finish, bro. That easy, bro. That easy. Let's go, bro.
Recording people on the way out.
Yeah, anyways. Bro, so what happened, chat, was like, so he got my order wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then, so he had to refund. And then he wouldn't show me the receipt. Yeah, refund receipt, bro.
Yeah.
He wouldn't show me the refund receipt, like, bro. And I checked my phone app and it wasn't reflected.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I need to take a photo of that fucking receipt, bro. I'm not gonna like lose fucking like even $2 or like for no reason. You know what I mean? Show me the fucking receipt. Let me get the fuck out of the 7-Eleven. Jesus Christ. Like, what's your problem? God damn, bro. All right, let's go get some soju, bro.
He's the one with the problem. And I'll tell you what's not worth $2: potential legal trouble. So getting in a situation where you might be called in by the cops, you might have some legal trouble. Once again, not a Thai lawyer, not sure whether he will face any consequences for this or not. Some people have said there's a violation of the Personal Identity Act, right? So he's showing people's identities without their consent, showing people without their consent. There could be something there. There could be other stuff for annoying, harassing, stalking, stuff like that. I don't know. We'll see what comes out of it. But you know what? I don't put myself in positions where there's a chance I could have my time wasted at a police station or be talked to by law enforcement, or even worse, have to now fight a case in a foreign country. This is just not a situation you do. So once again, not Johnny Somali. Some people say this is not Johnny Somali, but this is a what I would call the Johnny Somali copycat-like scenario, because in this scenario, you put yourself in a position in that convenience store, causing an obstruction, causing a nuisance, where something can happen. Something can get out. And I hope this word does get out so people know about this dude, and they know that this guy is a nuisance and this guy should be dealt with, right? And as somebody mentioned in the chat, things have a way of getting out here in the kingdom. And I like to put people on notice about this Baby Hayes 69 guy, and be on watch about this dude over here in the kingdom. It's really problematic when people come and act like that in any country. And by the way, it's not just in Thailand. You shouldn't act that way in any country. All right, let me get some super chats here. Big Buddha says, at least we get to look at Stitch. That's true. Here in X for 5 Singapore says, I could pay for his soju, but I'd rather put my money here than give it to that loser. Based. Hold on. That is super based. Let's see.
I'm not sorry, and I did nothing wrong.
Thank you so much. Chianon Hirano Kiras for 100 Nungroy says, stemming from the conversation, the staff knows about the recording and is talking to senior. Ooh. So here's a good one. So if they can get him, because we know where he is. He's in Thailand. He's not going to escape. He's not left. He's still here. Like that was tonight, right? That was literally happening right now. There can be some follow-up on that. So hopefully, and that was in the they were at M Quartier. They were sitting in it was M Quartier. They were sitting in the Helix district before it, so it's probably around the Prompong area. So if someone can figure out which 7-Eleven that is and kind of look at that video and figure out which soy that's on, they can talk. And you can also talk to me, and I'll talk to people that'll talk to the people that'll figure that one out. And we'll get on that. We'll do a little Scooby-Doo mystery on reporting that one. Warranty Void for 50 Legal Mindset memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Boyger says, hey bro, this ain't much, bro, but like, bro, this is for your swear jar, bro. Swear jar got used today. Because I was watching that. I was watching this dude, and I pulled the full Elon here.
But go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
As that I pulled the full Elon there. Patty Malarkey for 5 says, hello, finally catching a stream. I don't have much money, but I'd like to support you and what you do. Please accept the $5. Hey, Patty. Listen, thank you. Every buck counts, every dollar counts. Thank you so much for your support. If you don't have anything, and that's perfectly fine, the only thing I ask is you just please like the video. That does so much. The other thing you can do is you can hang out, because starting in just a few minutes, like literally, it's going to kick off, very, very shortly, is going to be a premiere. All you have to do, you're going to get redirected into it after this one. All you have to do is hang out, and you'll be in that one right after this, which goes into the video without much comments and gives you another look at that. Gary Lee says, Thailand, do your thing. Find the fat food. As far as Siu Kri says, what is with people acting stupid in foreign countries? I don't understand them for 15 Malaysian ringgit. Here's the thing. They think they can get away with it because they are very entitled, and because in their countries they've got away with certain things. but in some circumstances, others they wouldn't do it there because there'd be consequences. So I'm not sure whether this guy, he's Korean American. I'm not sure whether he spends more time in Korea now or America, but certainly this is not good behavior to have in either of those two places, right? And I think that the negative attention and the clout, to the extent they don't get put in jail and don't face consequences, these people like it. These people enjoy it. In fact, I was watching a short video of Gino, and that is Somali's cameraman. And Gino was talking about how temporary bans, so getting banned like a little bit off of for 24 hours or 48 hours, how that drives your numbers up wildly and how that drives your viewership up. So people want to get banned. They want to get in trouble temporarily. They don't want to get permanent bans. Tony says for 5, couldn't imagine the taste of cheap Joju Ranky are drinking if they can even afford it. Who knows? At this point, they may be making like toilet wine or something. Toilet wine. Also, I do want to say thank you to my locals community who always comes up with good memes and other things here. Thank you, locals. They felt the need to generate this. Thank you for the temporary distraction, locals. I appreciate you and my locals community. That was courtesy of Repton on on locals. I love you guys. Dehako 999 says for the swear jar fund. Thank you so much. All right, guys, that's what we have for today. We're going to have more this week. Obviously, once we drop the Somali bombshell, we'll have that for you. I'll also possibly a Vitali update, as well as some other nuisance streamer information. Oh, and I'll get this last one from Robert Escher for 10. Not new. 12 years ago, I had an interview to get some very stinky American backpackers off the local airport train. They were quibbling over 50 baht difference in tickets. Yesterday, last week, there was some guy who was arguing over 100 baht, and I just paid it for him and was like, here you go, bro, move on. I literally did that because I felt bad for the staff. I was like, I'm just going to pay this 100 baht and get this guy moving because he was yelling and screaming at somebody. I'm like, look, it's not a big deal. Here's the money. Go. Like, go. Let's get this thing done. Right. It's not worth the confrontation. Brandon Kincaid is a new member. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, people. Have a blessed day, whether it's a holiday for you, Pentecost, or somewhere else. Take care, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. And you know what Ramsey and Hank are doing.
You are coping to see them. You just can't believe what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping to see them. The truth it is all day. And now you are more than